How silence works. Not one Democrat flooded the streets when Laken Riley was beaten, raped, tortured, strangled, and had her skull smashed with a rock by an illegal alien. There were no marches, there were no hashtags, no candlelight vigils, no virtue. Not one Democrat demanded deportations when 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungare was raped and then had her throat slit by two illegals. Not a word about borders. Not a whisper about accountability, not a single protest demanding justice for a small American child. Not one Democrat staged outrage for Rachel Morin, a mother of five young babies, strangled, sexually assaulted, beaten to death with a rock. Apparently, motherhood only matters when it's politically convenient. I said beaten to death with a rock. Not a gun, not a knife, not forks, but a rock. Whatever was readily available to murder an American. Not one Democrat tweeted a single syllable about Dakara Thompson after an illegal sexually assaulted her and then chucked her off the bridge like she was just trash. Absolute silence. No emergency panels, no breathless press conferences, no moral panic, no calls to dismantle the policies that imported the predators who did it. But let a white liberal woman ram a 4,000 to 4,700 pound vehicle into an ICE agent, and suddenly it's a national emergency. Suddenly it's protests all over the place. Suddenly people are showing up at federal agencies, standing and impeding progress. Suddenly it's tears, whining, crying, gnashing of teeth. Suddenly it's hand-wringing about law enforcement and state violence.
Can we talk? Is it clicking now that elections have consequences? Is it clicking now that elections have consequences? Okay? These all lives matter, folk. Y'all uber quiet. We were up in the streets talking about our lives matter. Y'all were like, oh no, but what about Renee Good, rest her soul, was a stay-at-home mom. She wasn't an activist. Blonde hair, blue eyes, America's standard of beauty, according to them. If they don't care about her life, what do you think that means about the rest of us? What's not clicking? Do you get it now? These people are literally trying to explain away what we have all seen with our own two eyes. To somebody, like, for once, it ain't one of us, right? But to one of my mutuals, this looked like a test run. This looked like they just trying to see what they can get away with. Like, you need to keep talking about this. You need to keep raising the alarm. But Black Americans, the descendants of the enslaved, we are still resting. We are still doing our part in our community because we try to tell folks left and right who would listen. We told them about Project 2025. We told them about the Biden-Harris accomplishments. Every single good thing that we have had under the Biden-Harris administration is either getting stripped away or is getting sane washed into this administration's project that they want to highlight as theirs or pass off as their own. You understand me? If you do not vote like your life depends on it in November, you have not been paying attention. Black Americans, the descendants of the enslaved, have never really been free, have never really had equity, whether we're talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, whether we're talking about civil rights, voting rights. We were never, ever the first people to get the rights. It was always white women. And y'all go and y'all vote for this kind of harm. And then when the harm comes to you, y'all quiet. It is not lost on me how many white women are not up in the streets, are not loud, are not like sounding the alarm. Not enough of y'all are mad. Not enough of y'all are in the street. Not enough of y'all are sounding the alarm. So stop asking Black Americans, the descendants of the enslaved, where we are. We are where we have been. Resting, minding our business, making sure that our kids have somewhere to go since Head Start is crumbling. We're trying to make sure that our kids are fed. Because let's be clear, this is a friendly reminder. Black Americans are still the highest group of unemployment in the United States. I won't ever let y'all forget that. But yet we are still finding a way to make it as we have always done. We have tried to tell people what would happen if they elected that entity and his regime took over the White House. And yet, y'all didn't believe it. Now we all in the same boat, and some of y'all don't know how to paddle. And y'all mad at us because we're not teaching y'all how to paddle, because we never ever were taught. We had to just learn as we went. Because historically speaking, that's all we know how to do is just figure it out. I hate to tell y'all, now y'all got to figure it out too. Now, to Black Americans, the descendants of the enslaved, we still got work to do, because we have some riffraff in our community that we need to nip in the bud, because we don't have time. We don't have time. But everybody else, do not engage. The people voted for this. They voted for it when they thought the harm was not coming to them. But we too mixed up. And you cannot want my house to catch on fire with your house right next door and thinking your house ain't gonna catch a flame or two. But alas, Black Americans, stay moisturized and well rested.
There was a time when national security meant something very simple. And when we saw this kind of national security, people knew that these people just meant to protect our families, our neighborhoods, and also our future. And this was not what we are saying right today, because today we are saying that these people are trying to protect a political party, an hashtag, and a narrative. But we knew that security was supposed to just protect people. And somehow, this basic idea has become controversial right now. And this is where these red flags have began. Not from the borders, not from the online things you're seeing, not even in the Washington, but in this kind of complete collapse of common sense when it comes to some matters. But today, we live in a moment where you can say that I want my family to be safe, and I just here to be for my family, and someone will call you heartless. And you'll wonder, where is this kind of heartlessness coming from, just for trying to defend your own family? And now, someone will come and say that this loss should matter a lot, and suddenly you'll be labeled that you are going so extreme, and maybe you'll not be even able to convince these people that that's not even what you meant. And that people will act like you've committed some sort of a moral crime. And this is the whole sort of confusion that is happening right now.
I'm not finna go into who was in the right, who was in the wrong with that Minnesota lady that lost their life. I'm not finna argue with y'all tonight. But I do know one thing. Y'all don't care about y'all kids enough like I care about mine. I'm not putting my life on the line for no stranger. I got somebody depending on me. My family's depending on me to come home every day. I'm not putting my life on the line for no strangers, yet alone people that's not even from here. If somebody told me ICE is coming to my city, which has already happened, I'm staying out the way. What do I look like going in the streets trying to protect people that's not even from here? Or whatever the situation is. They could be from here. I'm still not protecting a stranger in general. I got people depending on me. Don't forget that. So in this situation, they say ICE is coming to your city in Minneapolis to figure out what's going on with this Somali fraud. Thank you. Why in the world would I need to hit the streets and stop that? I don't know. I just know it don't seem like y'all care about y'all kids enough. I don't need my child to be fatherless. And I definitely don't need him to understand that he lost his father because his father was out there defending Somalis.
There's about to be a lot of pissed off people when I say this, and hear me good. There's no way I could ever be an ICE agent because I'm sparing nobody. And I hate to say that because I am not a person that, condones violence. But this is what I'm not going to do. I would never kiss my husband, kiss my wife, kiss my kids goodbye, go out and, do my job because I'm trying to be a productive member of society. And I'm met with bricks being thrown at me, people spitting on me, people trying to run me over with their car. And when I defend myself, then it's, look at the brutality. Look at these animals. Ain't no way I'm sparing anybody. Absolutely the hell not. It's mind-boggling that you have people that legit are saying, kill ICE agents, dox ICE agents, and they're not supposed to do anything back, that's why I'm not in law enforcement. Because I promise you, I would spare nobody. Absolutely the hell not. No, absolutely not.
Now, let's be honest about some uncomfortable truth that is coming out of this whole narrative. Because every community on earth has prioritized its own safety, and every single one has done this, and that does not require apology when it comes to prioritizing of your own safety. But when Black Americans now step up and start to prioritize their own safety, just like everyone else has been doing, people now are coming ahead and saying that these people are caring about their own kids more than this kind of political symbolism. And now people say that this is betrayal. These people are trying to betray us. They're not standing for us. We fought with them, in the Black Lives Movement and everything. And now they're saying that these people are betraying us. But it's somehow that instinct is some sort of a control when it comes to be attacked for this kind of raids, because they are being attacked from all these kind of angles, and you are taught that you're supposed to care more about people who actually broke into your country than the people who are living next door to you. And let us have this kind of conversation and make the whole narrative make sense, because you are told that enforcement is violence, but chaos is now the compassion. And you'll wonder, how is that even possible? But you also told that boldness is no, it comes to be evil, but consequences of your action now is somehow cruel. Now that's not morality, that's emotional manipulation. You're trying to gaslight Black Americans for not supporting you, and now they're standing in ice agents, just as you've been telling these people for a long time that just allow the system to do its work, just follow the rules. And now when they are following the rules, they're supporting the justice enforcement uh, things, and now you're telling that these people now have decided to betray you. How is it that they're betraying you? And for decades, you've been telling them to just follow the system and let the system do its work. And now, when they are letting the system do its work, you're busy telling them that they've betrayed other races. They're not standing for them.
The black community, guys, black women teachers. That's all I've seen so far. Black women teachers. I'm sure there's some black male teachers, but black women teachers are saying they're willing to fight for our kids. Do y'all see how black women literally ride for everybody? Like I there's one video of a Latina saying that the black community owes the Mexican community because they helped us during slavery, and then now I'm seeing this on my feed and she's crying saying black women are literally willing to use their bodies as shields against ICE. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying, if you feel it in your heart to stick up for, children that may be potentially getting deported or communities of people that you want to stand up for, but to use your body as a human shield, you're a woman. Black women need to stop operating in such masculine entity.
And the part where most people don't want to talk about it, there's a massive amount of this kind of things you see online. Can be so outrageous, because you can see that these people are not even trying to actually say that they are again. They're not that these people are not against this kind of deaths that we've seen in this scenario here, but they are just trying to defend their own lives from doing the same. They don't want to be unalived too, because if they go march, they go be on the front, and now these people, how they've been facing police brutality for quite some time, and to let them be on the forefront, they know that their lives are going to be put to an end, and that's what they're trying to avoid. And more than half of these online engagements in this kind of political conversations is kind of artificial. And just come to think about it, why is it that half the anger and half of the consensus that's coming from this kind of people is not so organic? They're just trying to gaslight these people so that they can go and be on the front and march and take up a fight which is not even theirs, and also deal with consequences of people who decided to vote in this kind of regime, and now they want these Black Americans to also come and carry the weight through with them.
So let me get this right. You woke up, got dressed, brushed your teeth, and said, let me go outside, find some ICE agents, and let me go obstruct some law. And let me go act like I'm fucking Superwoman and could beat up ICE agents. And let me go block the road with my car when I see ICE agents and don't let them out. And then try to run over them when they come at me. And now I'm unalived. You know, when I wake up in the morning, I don't wake up in the morning looking for ICE agents. You know, I really don't. So I'm just trying to understand why the fuck y'all liberals just won't leave these people alone. They not coming after y'all. They not messing with y'all. All they doing is doing their job. And y'all think y'all can whoop their ass. Y'all think y'all can run y'all cars into their vehicles. We done seen it all last year, bro. Y'all have threw rocks at these people. Y'all have went to their hotels. Y'all have been literally harassing the ICE agents since the time Trump got in office, bro. And now, look at this. Another incident. When is y'all gonna learn that you cannot fight the police, especially ICE agents? That's on you. If you think you Mr. Get Bad and you think you freaking Captain Save a fucking immigrant and you go out there with your car trying to hit people, the ICE agents, and think it, and then when you get shot, everybody in the world, all the liberals and shit want to cry. Oh my God, they did this, they did no. I tell people just like I tell the black people, leave police alone. They ask you to do something, just do it. Even if you feel like you didn't do nothing wrong, just do it. It's simple as that. But y'all liberals get up every day thinking y'all about to go outside and whoop on ICE agents, ram your cars into them, and then when shit like this happen, y'all crying. They've been whooping y'all asses all last year because of the shit y'all was doing. Y'all was like, y'all just don't want to learn. Simple as that. So if you don't want to learn, keep doing what you're doing, and then shit like this gonna keep happening to you. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep doing this shit, liberals, and shit like this gonna keep happening.
But the foreign actors also flooded these kind of timelines, and they're saying the whole kind of narratives and also the talk and everything that they think that these Black Americans or them support in terms of these crises. But law enforcement becomes the villain. You know, borders become the moral things, and orders also become the oppression. And it is so saddened because these things don't matter when it is a black victim, when it is a person from the black race who is in this community. These people have to march, they have to even fight for justice to be served for that kind of people. And it is especially effective on people who actually feel discomfortable and also disconnected from the whole situation. And also, these people have been unheard and they've been lost in the whole system. The whole system does not even cater for them, does not even care for them. And now people are looking for belonging in their own country. And now, when they've decided to pull back and watch from a distance, now this kind of narrative kicks in, and now these people suddenly Black Americans have betrayed their own race. That's how. That's why so many people feel this thing is so deep, emotional, and also hatred towards these kind of federal agents, and they've never even met these people face to face. They've never had. They've never been segregated. They've never been having this kind of police brutality. And while these people have been existing, the other races have been ignoring them. They've been saying out loud that these black people like to be the victims. They are so emotional. They are so unmanageable. They should just let the police do their work. But why is it that suddenly, when police are doing their work in other races in other states, the immigrants and everything, now you're wondering why is that Black Americans are not even showing up, and they are, then you wonder why you've told us to let these law enforcement do their work. and they have just let them do their work. And that's why they are calling out their own members to take care of themselves and also be concerned about their families. They are dependent by people, they have kids and everything that are require them to be alive, and that's why they are calling out their fellow Black Americans to back down and to be patriotic. And I think that's what patriotism means. But that patriotism does not mean a blind trust. It means that these people are waiting for your country to be functional. They just want things to function. They want you to feel the same pain, the same pinch which they felt, so that now when they start marching, when they start saying they're being oppressed, you can now relate from a point of you've ever experienced the same. And now that's where the common sense kicks in. These people are just trying to make you face the consequences of your own political choices, of your own political matters. And you'll now come to reason together as a whole American, not just by races, migrants, and everything. When you're coming to make the next decisions concerning the politics and also the voting and the whole political thing, you'll think about your neighbor, not just because they are white, but because you are all Americans and you'll face the same consequences if you act differently. Those who will be affected, they're the ones. No, it is not just because you don't want to be affected or what. You'll be minding about your neighbor and their well-being. So let us know what you think about these whole Black Americans trying to back down and supporting the whole ICE raids and everything. And if you've not supported our channel, you can consider subscribing so that we can grow together.